Now, it's been a long journey for my next guest. It started in small hall shows in Southend with stops at White Hart Lane and the Theatre of Dreams, Old Trafford, the obligatory tour of Essex and the East End, Dagenham, Bethnal Green, Brentwood, Basildon and other gaffs out east, with boxers as diverse as Mark Reefer, Chris Eubank, Phil Soundy, Timmy Driscoll, Herbie Hyde, and now Big Albert Sosnowski. He created the beast at his prize fighter, and what I like most, he's still laughing. Welcome to the show, Barry Hearn.
Bunsey, how can I not laugh if it's you?
Don't say that. Well, I'm not even sure where to start. I'm going to go straight in at the deep end. You and Audley are getting on fine. I had Adam Booth on the line there, who's admitted that he's been talking to somebody about an Audley and Hay fight, along with 5 others. Throw some light on it for us, Barry.
I just love this boxing game, Bunsey. You know that we never know what's going to happen to it. I just think it is the best game in the world for keeping us on our toes. Now, you've got to, if you wrote this down in a book, you'd never believe it. So picture the scene.
Go on, son.
Man comes back from Olympics with gold medal, national hero.
Yep.
Signs big BBC contract, stinks the place out several times. Doesn't fight, got much too much to say for himself, manages his own affairs.
Disaster.
Disaster. Moves from one to the other, meets some nice people on the way, Jess Harding and people like that. Yep. Everyone tries, but for one reason or another, it's destined never to happen. Gets beat again. Goes to America, gets beat. It's over. It's over.
Yep.
And then along comes just that, one of those chance encounters.
Yeah.
My boy Eddie Hearn, who runs
Eddie,
obviously more and more of Matchroom Sport now.
Doing a great job as well.
Eddie's in Vegas, bumps into Audley Harrison, says, you should box in prize fighter.
Yep.
Audley says, why? He says, because you need to re-establish. You need to find the love. You need to send the message. And you know, that boy of mine, he's got as much shit as I've got. It's unbelievable. He could sell sand to the Arabs. Next thing you know, Audley Harrison's in. No special deal, no extras, nothing. Taking his chance.
Unbelievable.
He wins. And then the story gets even more unbelievable.
Crazier.
It goes out. I mean, we put him in with Michael Sprott,
who knocked him out 2 years earlier, spark out cold,
and who was winning 6-7 rounds in front.
Absolutely.
Against an opponent with only one arm. And somewhere, somehow, 2 minutes from retirement, when you're never going to hear from him again, he produces a left hook that ends all left hook, which knocks out Klitschko, A and B, knocks out Hay, knocks out anyone. That particular punch. Where did it come from? I ain't got a clue. I think it was a fluke.
Oh.
Eddie tells me he's the reborn Audley Harrison. My son actually thinks he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm old school, I've got reservations, but one thing I do know, right place, right time is unbelievable. I'm off to the Sosnowski fight on Saturday.
Big Albert against Vitali,
and I'm talking to the Klitschkos. Both of them want to fight Audley. Obviously, I think Eddie and Adam's going to get together next week and talk about David Hay. He would like to phone Audley. Now, why do they want to fight Audley? 1, they think he's not very good. 2, he brings something to the table.
He certainly does.
He brings pay-per-view, he brings exposure, he brings media. And you know what? Audley Harrison is destined. He's destined to win the world heavyweight title, and I am not an Audley Harrison fan.
But you just know it's going to come to pass.
Bunsey, there are people in this world. You know it's destined. It's written somewhere, and you know, I'm not sure he's going to defend it many times. This boy will knock somebody out, and I don't know how he does it, and I don't think he knows how he does it either. But it makes for a great fight, and boxing's the only sport where this sort of thing happens. Yeah,
funny enough, in my last Boxing Monthly column, I gave Eddie a big plug, and I told the same tale you told there, and said that this shouldn't be happening, but it is. This shouldn't be happening.
If you took a movie there, someone would say, write me a movie that's believable.
Yeah, they would. Listen, we like that, but it's too far-fetched. We don't do science fiction. So now let me ask you about Sosnowski against Vitali at the weekend. By no means a foregone conclusion for Big Vitali.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think it's a walkover for him at all.
I think he's 22 to 1 on. I think every bookmaker thinks it's an absolute certainty. And I've got to tell you, little Albert, or good old Albert, as we call him in our place, he's lovely. He's a great kid. I've had him since he was 18 years old with my friend Christoph Zabarski in Warsaw. He has all the Warsaw Pact behind him.
Yeah.
And he's, you know, he's got a mountain to climb. I mean, everything technically tells me that Klitschko will bang him over.
Sure.
But Klitschko's coming up for 40 years old.
Yeah.
The kid's fit, the kid's strong, he's very motivated.
Yeah.
He has been knocked out before, and I think if Klitschko bangs him with a right hand, he'll knock him out again.
Yep.
But if our boy, our little Albert, is still there in round 5 and 6...
Yep. Tucking his chin up.
Suddenly, we're going to be thinking of Buster Douglas against Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
We're going to be thinking of James J. Braddock against Maxie Bayer. We're going to be thinking about the upsets that have straddled professional boxing since the sport was invented.
Yeah.
Sosnowski has no chance, but everybody has one chance.
Yeah, and also he's compact. He won't quit like those Americans have done. They've jumped on the floor, haven't they? To be honest with you,
he's only dangerous being knocked out with a big right hand. That's his big danger.
Yeah, well, let's hope he counters that. Let's hope Jumbo working with him, he can counter that. Well, let me ask you now about Prize Fighter. Loads of people ask him about Prize Fighter. Is there going to be a Prize Fighter in June, or is that just an internet rumour?
No, there's going to be another one in June, and I'll tell you now. You've got it first, Bunsey, because you get the exclusives, as you know, super middleweights.
Oh, that's interesting, because he was on earlier on, Adam Booth, and he said that if there's a Prize Fighter super middleweight tournament, perhaps the winner could get a crack at George Groves. Well,
I've got to tell you, Adam Booth, you're not as dumb as you look. That's a great idea, and I'm sure we'd like to take you up on it.
Now,
good thinking, Adam.
Good. There's a couple of other things. A lot of people have been sending me emails asking me about the T-shirts for Prize Fighter. I don't know what they mean. Did you promise some people? Have I just ruined your night, Barry?
No, it was amazing.
Sorry, mate.
We've got this Prize Fighter Club. You can access it on the web.
Yeah.
And because we were launching it, we thought, well, you know, Lonsdale were really kind. They support us ever so well. And we said, listen, first 1,000 people that register as members of and it doesn't cost any money.
Yeah.
First 1,000 people that register get a free Prize Fighter Club T-shirt.
Yeah.
And so far, we're up to 30,000 people have registered.
So it's only the first 1,000. I'm just telling listeners that.
I went back to Lonsdale and said, as you fancy losing money this year, can you send me 25,000 more T-shirts? And they haven't come back to me, Bunsey. I don't know why. Well,
listen, the first 1,000, but Barry's trying to get the 25. And finally, Barry, before I let you go back to your family, what about this Mongolian Choi? Can we get him into a prize fight somewhere? Definitely. This guy, no one wants to fight him. No. What about this kid?
I think he's, I think he's a real exciting fighter.
Yep.
I'd love to see him in a prize fighter. Not sure what he's going to be punching, what weight he's going to actually really be. I mean, you've got to take all that gear off him he walks into the ring with, isn't he?
He walks in fatter than me.
Yeah, well, no, don't be ridiculous.
He's okay, I thought I'd say
No one walks in that fat. I mean, that's seriously fat. But the answer is, listen, if someone, I mean, can he still make Super Bantam?
No, not Super Bantam, feather, I think. Feather, Super feather.
Well, when we do a featherweight one, he'd be right up there as one of my choices. I think the kid's exciting fighter. I think he can punch. I think he brings something different. I think he brings a bit of showbiz, which I like.
You do, son.
And I think he's got his name written all over.
Listen, Barry, it's been an absolute pleasure. You finished with 30 seconds to spare. Barry Hearn, thanks for putting us straight on all of that. Sorry we didn't have more time. Enjoy your time with little Albert. Say hello to Jumbo for me. Wish him the best, and we'll speak to you soon. Give my regards to Eddie. Barry Hearn there. Thanks very much, Barry. Absolute top man.